The creator of the Blue Whale Challenge has been sentenced to 3 years in a Russian jail. What is the Blue Whale Challenge? Well, it's something that a lot of people thought was a hoax at the beginning, and then it turned out that it was not, or if it started as a hoax, still people believed in it and carried it out, so it kind of was a self-fulfilling prophecy. But the Blue Whale Challenge is it's a thing where you find someone online to give you one challenge a day for 50 days. They start pretty innocuous, but by the end, the final challenge on the 50th day, it is escalated so much that on the last day, the challenge is to kill yourself. And it was started by this guy named Phillipp Budeiken, a 22-year-old, nicknamed Philip Lease or Philip Fox. He was sentenced by a Siberian court. This is him right here. And he was being investigated for 16 deaths. He confessed to provoking 17 and having another 20 linked to the challenge itself. And they said, listen, man, you convinced people to kill themselves, you're going to jail for 3 years. There are people and there is biological waste, he said. Those who do not represent any value for society, who cause or will cause only harm to society. I was cleaning our society of such people, he says. It was necessity to distinguish normal people from biological rubbish. So he's going to jail, and only for 3 years for starting this game, which you should not play. What do you think?
What kind of modern day Hitler was he?
It's just weird.
He's cleansing people.
Yeah, that's the kind of talk that you need to be aware of and avoid.
Right. I mean, what are we reading?
Listen,
this 22-year-old kid out of nowhere creates this somewhat of a phenomenon and gets people to engage in this idea he had. I mean, it's disgustingly genius because he was a little successful in it.
Yeah, but I know what you mean, but I don't even want to say genius. It's bad, it's terrible.
It's terrible, yes.
There's no redeeming value whatsoever to this person. Avoid at all costs. If you're gonna do a challenge that contributes to society, not something like this.
Right.
I mean, the story of this, it could have started as a hoax. And he could have meant it originally, like, seriously, I wanna do this. People could hear that kind of challenge. It sounds like the premise of a strange sci-fi movie, or a strange like movie, a what if scenario that is hyperbolized, and but don't fall victim to anything like this. It claimed the lives of 2 different teenagers in America, and it's just.
Do you feel the punishment was fitting?
I think 3 years isn't enough. I don't know what Russian jails are like. In movies I've seen, they're no pleasant experience. I mean, he's going to Siberia, which is like, we'll send you to Siberia. But I'm glad he's getting punishment. There was recently a story in America where a girl convinced her boyfriend to kill himself, and she got held responsible and convicted for it. Him aside, I don't care about. I care about the people who fallen victim to this. I care about making sure that nobody does this. There's no reason to do that.
What do you think? Okay, so with that said, Brett, because you make everything you're saying is absolutely right. What do you think are some safeguards that should be employed to make sure this doesn't happen then?
I don't know. Tell people that you shouldn't do it. Like, come up with a challenge where you do 50 awesome things, 100 awesome things, and they get awesomer and awesomer and nicer and more benevolent throughout time. This is like everybody's worst fear, and I get it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. I don't know what else to say about it.
There really isn't more to say about it.
I'm glad that he is getting the punishment he deserves. Anything where you're supposed to seek out a master who tells you to do stuff, don't do it.
How did he get caught though? Did they say how he was apprehended?
It doesn't say. He was under investigation. They seem to have tracked it back to him from the. It was tough because a lot of people thought it was a hoax. They didn't think that it was real. There were like 160 different cases. Different numbers of victims were claimed time to time, and it's the internet, so it's tough to sift through what actually happened from what didn't. But if any country is good at hacking into systems to find out information, it's Russia. So I don't know. We just wanted to have this really quick video to tell you guys, like, this guy's being held responsible. The hoax element has been proven that there is an actual person behind it, and people have died from this. And don't be one of them. If someone tries to convince you that this is a cool thing to do, it's absolutely not. Just avoid it. And that's it, right? You have anything else to add?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head.
Good. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.